Howdy, everybody. Beaming to you from the snowy mountains of Southern California at a speed faster than late 90s dial up. It's Kevin from Earth 2 Mastery, bringing you today's news tomorrow. So grab your headlight because we're going to illuminate a process for you here. We're going to tell you how you can invest in Ecomi. It was a little bit of a challenge for me to figure out. It's the first time I've done it. I'm relatively new to cryptocurrency, so doing transfers and everything like that is a little bit touch and go for me. So I did a small amount this time and will be doing more, but I wanted to go over the process with you while it was fresh in my mind. Okay, so if you have not, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I bought some collectibles on the app VeVe, and that is underpinned by the cryptocurrency Ecomi, which is burned every time somebody buys one of those collectibles. There's a stable coin in the app called Gem. That gem will soon be convertible to Ecomi. So some people think that buying a collectible is the same as buying Ecomi, but because buying the collectibles is priced in gems and US dollars, unless the collectible goes up faster than Ecomi does, I don't feel like it's going to be a one-for-one exchange. I think Ecomi could potentially go up faster than the collectibles could, or at least the common collectibles. Maybe the super rare ones will go up faster than Ecomi, but you can't convert the collectibles to Ecomi right now anyway. So it's not a clear-cut path on how to get into Ecomi at this stage in the game, since the app is still in beta and is still being developed. But since it is in beta, what that means is we're getting in early. Now, I can't tell you what to do because I can't give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I did tell Great Aunt Gertrude, remember Gag, I told her, maybe get a little Ecomi, see how that works out for you. I wanted to buy it, but it's only available on 2 exchanges. It's available on Bit4X, which I used, and I'll put a link down below to get you a 30% discount on your trading fees. So if you want a discount on the trading fees, you can use my link down there below. I used Bit4X because I was able to use it from the United States. BitMax was blocking my IP address because they don't service our market. That's the other exchange that it's on. Eventually, Ecomi will probably be available on other platforms. They definitely have plans to be available in a wrapped product on Uniswap. I'm not 100% sure how the wrapped products work. Maybe somebody can explain it down below to me. If I transfer the Ecomi that I have now to Uniswap, will that automatically wrap it and then allow me to trade it? Or do I have to buy and sell on Uniswap in order to stay within that wrapped product? And this Ecomi that I have, I'll have to buy and sell on Bit4X or another platform once it's available. Whatever the case may be, it's a long-term hold for me. I'm not going to be trading it. I wouldn't even mind just having it in cold storage. But let's get into it. Okay, so if you want to fund an account on Bit4X, you can use a credit card. It looked like they were accepting Visa. I did not do that because it seems to me that my credit card company will be charging me a cash advance fee like they did when I funded TransferWise. I didn't want to pay a cash advance fee, so I went in a roundabout way. You know, I use Coinbase because I recommend it and leave my referral links down below. I think it's a good, safe exchange. I keep the bulk of my crypto money in Coinbase instead of in another exchange because Coinbase has stood the test of time when it comes to the crypto space. So I feel more comfortable using Coinbase than I do other exchanges. I would not want the amount of money that I have in Coinbase in Bit4X because Bit4X, while they call themselves the world's leading one-stop digital assets service platform, I see some typos on their site. When I wanted to purchase the Ecomi, it was a little bit hard to navigate. I wanted to download the app to my phone. It said I had to approve some Chinese shell company in order to operate on my phone. So I did not want to do that. I went to the web-based platform where I didn't have to do any of that. I started an account. I will say that I have multi-factor authentication on the account, so I am happy with that. Whenever I sign in now, they send me a text message with a code and also an email with a code. Also, when you go to place a trade, there's a trading password. So you have to set all of that up in your settings. And so when you go to trade, make sure you have that trading password set up. It's a 6-digit number. Okay, so the way that I funded my account at Bit4X was I went right here to deposit. And then it says that you can make a selection on which kind of coin you want to deposit. I chose to deposit Bitcash because Coinbase doesn't trade in USDT, and I wanted something with a low transaction rate, but something that had enough transactions that it was going to get moved quickly as well. I've seen other people use Ethereum. I did not want to use Ethereum because of the high gas fees that I've experienced with NFTs. I assumed the transfers would be high in gas fees as well. So I used Bitcoin Cash. It was very inexpensive to transfer it, but I did lose some in the process. Not very much, but I will go over that with you. But I bought Bitcoin Cash on Coinbase, and then I went to the transfer on Coinbase, and I just copied my address here. You can see it's a Bitcoin Cash address. I copied that address, and I sent, oh, and by the way, if you want to send any Bitcoin Cash, feel free to use that address. But I don't expect that. It's just a joke. I prefer that you just use my referral links. That way you win something and I win something, and the companies that we're using can pay me instead of having money come out of your pocket. But I just transferred money to that Bitcoin Cash. There were several transactions that had to happen in order to verify my transfer, so it took a few hours. So last night I bought Bitcoin Cash. I transferred to this wallet this morning when I woke up. It was in my wallet, so there was nothing else other than that to do as far as getting the money into Bitforex for me. However, when I wanted to trade, it was a little bit confusing, and that's why I decided to make this video. If you go to assets, I had close to 0.20 Bitcoin Cash in here, but I wanted to trade into Ecomi. The way that I was able to do that was I had to go into my spot account, which is where your trading can be. So I have my wallet right here. Right now I have all of my Ecomi in my wallet. Let's see if we can see it down here somewhere. It's such a long list of things that they allow you to trade in. Okay, there's my Ecomi right there. You can see right now I have a little over 35,000 Ecomi. That is in my wallet. That's why you see it's equivalent to about 0.0020 worth of Bitcoin, as it's trading at just over 1/3 of a cent right now. But I needed to get it into my spot account. So I hit transfer right here from my wallet to my spot account. And then because I had Bitcoin Cash, I went down here and chose Bitcoin Cash. And then I just hit transfer all, confirm. It went directly into my spot account at no cost to me. Then when I went to my spot account, this is what it looks like. It was a little bit confusing because I have to trade in either Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USDT. I may have been better off just starting out in Bitcoin. I'm not 100% sure because I feel like there was slippage each step of the way. So I probably just should have started out in Bitcoin since USDT wasn't available on Coinbase. So if you're going to do this process, I would recommend that you use Bitcoin to make your transfer. Ethereum, I think, is going to be too expensive. Bitcoin's a little more expensive than Bitcoin Cash, but it'll save you some transactions, because what I had to do was I went in here, I chose USDT, and then I went down to Bitcoin Cash because that's where my balance was. And here is one of the slippage areas that I wanted to tell you about. So I obviously had transaction fees getting the Bitcoin Cash to Bitforex. That was very minimal. There was also slippage because Bitcoin Cash went down overnight after I purchased it by a couple dollars. And so my Bitcoin Cash, when I purchased it, was $109 and something. I had to pay a commission on Coinbase to do that. Then when I transferred to Bitforex, that transaction, the transfer from Bitforex's point of view was free, but the transfer itself, getting the Bitcoin Cash across the blockchain, cost me a little bit, maybe like 20 or 25 cents, I think, but I had also lost $2 in value because Bitcoin Cash went down. Then I needed to convert because the only pairs that they trade here on Bitforex are Bitcoin pairs, Ethereum pairs, and USDT pairs. So I needed to convert my Bitcoin Cash to USDT. I sold all of my Bitcoin Cash, but you see they only sell it down to 4 digits, and there's a little tiny bit left there. So that's just kind of trapped. I can't sell that right now. So there was a little bit of loss there. So I wound up with, that's not very much. It doesn't, it's not a high risk thing as far as I'm concerned, leaving that little tiny bit there. But it is something to note. So I had slippage because I had to buy the spread and also pay the commission on Coinbase. In the transfer, there were transaction fees. Once it got transferred here, I had to convert to USDT. And then from USDT, I was able to choose Ecomi over here. See, it's a Ecomi USDT pair, which is now 0.00309. Of course, in the amount of time it took me to get my Bitcoin Cash into my account and trade it, it went up quite a bit. So I missed out on some percentages there. But what I wanted to, and look, I had a little slippage on USDT too, because you can see I still have a little tiny bit of a balance there of multiple, is that 6 digits, and then 0.13 USDT I had left behind. So it's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a cent, but still it's a little bit of slippage. And then I hit buy OMI. I hit 100% because I wanted to spend all of my USDT on Ecomi, and it didn't fill right away. This was a limit order when I first stuck that in there, and it wasn't filling. So I had to go and cancel the order and then lower my limit price to something below what it was trading at so that I could get it to fill. So that's what happened. I was able to get 35,063 Ecomi, and then, because I don't want it sitting in the spot account because it's a long-term hold for me, I went back to my asset account and I hit transfer. Then I chose Ecomi up here. I went from my spot account to my wallet this time. You can see I have 0 available now, but I did have my 35,000 in there. I hit transfer all, confirm, and a split second later, it was sitting in my wallet. So it's a little bit of a lengthy process. You may have to go back through the video again if I spoke too fast or if you missed a step. It wasn't a hard process. It was just not knowing what the next step was made it a little bit more difficult and time consuming because I had to go around and figure that out. Like at first I didn't know that I had to move my money from my wallet to the spot account to trade. I didn't know that I was going to have to convert my Bitcoin Cash to USDT. I thought I could just convert it to dollars and then buy Ecomi. So it was just extra transactions that I could have avoided if I used Bitcoin to begin with, or if the broker that you're using uses USDT. But I have my Coinbase link down below. You get free Bitcoin if you sign up through that link. I have my Bit4X link down below. You get 30% off your transaction fees if you use that link. And this is the process that I used. And so I can vouch for that it worked. Now, whether you should put any money into Ecomi or not, I can't tell you. There's a Twitter account called Ecomi Daily Burn. It's showing the millions of Ecomi that are burned every day, which is a deflationary act. So I feel like the more popular VeVe gets, or VeVe, whatever you want to call it, gets with their amazing licenses that they have, the more collectibles people buy, the less Ecomi there is. And so while the app is getting more popular and Ecomi is getting burnt, I feel like it's going to drive the price of Ecomi up, and that's why I want to be involved in it, and that's why I'm going to be buying more. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. You can follow me on Twitter. I tweet more about Ecomi and VeVe there. There is a new Batman drop coming on Thursday, so if you're looking for collectibles, check that out, and I will talk to you guys later.